Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about the newest troop we've got in the game, the Lava Hound, and how to defend against it. I get attacked by this all the time, so I've got a little experience. I'm in Champions League. I'm a little bit up in Champions League, almost at 3,600 trophies. So the people that are attacking me, they don't want to lose. They don't plan on losing. And a lot of them have Lava Hounds, balloons, and minions. They've got maxed heroes or very good heroes, and they've got 5 spells, every single one of them. So to defend against this is not easy. But as you can see, I have been able to defend sometimes, if not most of the time. I've been able to get the win, or at least just a 1 star. And as long as you don't get 2 or 3 starred in Champions League or Masters League, you're doing okay. 1 star is fine. So let's talk about what helps and what hurts you with a Lava Hound raid. So on defense, it's generally true against most armies that you want a central clan castle. This is especially important against these air raids because Lava Hounds and balloons, they won't target clan castle troops. Only the minions will. So if the person can't lure your clan castle and they just throw all their troops in, as your troops get to the middle, say you have wizards in your clan castle, those wizards are going to be pounding on their balloons and their lava hounds, and it's going to take a good dent out of their troops. So that'll help you quite a bit. Minions are the only troops that will engage your clan castle troops, and minions are pretty vulnerable, so you might even be able to kill the minions. Secondly is the traps. Look at this. He throws down his lava hounds. They get hit right away by 2 maxed seeking air mines. That's what you want, and the placement of those seeking air mines is extremely important. You don't want them really behind your air defense. You don't want them in front of your air defense. You want them right next to it. I found that's the best. People will try to set off the seeking air mines with their balloons, so they'll throw down a few balloons first, quite often, and then the lava hounds. What they're trying to do is set off those black mines because they are devastating to a lava hound. They take down 1/3 of its health if you have a maxed mine. So we really want those black seeking air mines to hit the lava hounds. It's just like with Go Wipe or Go Wee Wee. The golems don't really destroy your base, but they play a huge role. The golems don't destroy your base. It's the wizards, it's the witches, it's the P.E.K.K.A.s. Well, it's the same with this, the balloons and the minions are what's destroying your base. The lava hounds are just helping them get to the middle of your base. So if you take that out of the equation, if you get that lava hound out of the air as fast as possible, which is mainly done through traps and a central clan castle, you'll have a lot better defense, and you might even win. You might even get a defensive win, which has been fantastic for me. I've been playing around with a lot of different bases, but I've had success with all of them against air raids because of where I'm putting the traps. So as I said, I'm putting them right next to the air defenses when possible. And I usually try to leave some spaces in my base. Just a few empty spaces is great in a base design. If you make your own base, don't be scared to leave space, just empty space, because that's where you're going to put your traps, and you want to be able to move your traps around. So leave some space next to your air defense. You'll be able to put your black seeking air mines there. With the red air mines, I've found having them right in the core is pretty good, or close to the middle. Some people might disagree with me there, but I think that's good because if the balloons do get to your core, they're all bunched up. There's a ton of them. There'll be like 10 all bunched up. So if they're bunched up and 4 of those red air mines hits them, it's going to take them down completely. The balloons are pretty weak, actually. They're really weak. And splash damage is very, very devastating to them. So those red air bombs, they do splash damage. And we want them to hit groups of balloons. Sometimes I have those red air bombs towards the outside, but lately in Champions, I got them right in the core. So I would recommend that as well. So that was a raid that the guy was able to save, but not all of them get saved. You'll notice a big part of these raids is the people are using their heroes. They're using their heroes to get quite a bit of percent. So that's another thing we got to keep in mind. For that reason, I've been leaving my skeleton traps on ground. Because I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen, but if you just have your heroes alive and there's a couple skeleton traps swarming your Barb King or your Archer Queen, a lot of times they die. they can't handle it. They can't kill the skeletons fast enough, and defenses are shooting at them, and they'll die. And it's awesome. It's an awesome way to win a defense. So keep that in mind, guys. That's why I never put skeleton traps on air. I think they're far more effective on ground. So here we go. You saw he did not lure the clan castle here. That was quite devastating. My clan castle was able to take out a lot of balloons, and now my archer queen is picking off minions as well as my inferno. That guy kind of panicked and he used his freeze spells. I think he was trying to either freeze the clan castle or the air defense, but he missed both. That's another thing, you know, if you have surprises in your base, like those black air mines next to your air defense, things like that will surprise the attacker, and it'll kind of make them panic sometimes. And when you incite panic in an attacker, they're going to start spamming their spells. They're going to drop their hero like this and instantly use the hero ability and things like that, and you might get a defense win. That's what I was talking about there. Some witch skeletons went up and surrounded the Barb King, so he pretty much had to use his hero ability. Pretty much, you know, more or less wasted it. He was able to get a few buildings, but he's nowhere near 50%. Sadly, he does not have a maxed Archer Queen. I don't even know if a maxed Archer Queen could have done it, but he doesn't have a maxed Archer Queen. Not to mention, this side of the base has an Expo that's pointed down. I always keep at least one Expo pointed down for that super long range, and he's trying to pick up percentage on that side, which is a bad idea. A lot of defenses in range, took out his Archer Queen, and it's nighty-night, 44%. It's a wrap. So, you know, it was a valiant effort. Really, this base looks easy, and that's why I believe this guy was almost positive he could get that Town Hall, because the Town Hall's not in the center. But what does that mean? The clan castle is in the center, and there's a lot of traps in store in the center, and the Archer Queen becomes, you know, she gets into the center when an army comes from the bottom. So, you know, it makes all these different variables come into play, and it makes it very hard to get the Town Hall as well as get 50%. And right there, defensive win for me. Defensive wins this high in Champion are just priceless. So I've really been thankful to get a few. Very few 2-stars on my base. And I think it's mostly because these Lava Hound attacks are having such a hard time even 1-starring me. So getting defense wins. Some days I win more trophies on defense than I do attacking. And by the way, guys, that's not with this base. I change bases a real lot. This is a brand new base, hasn't really been tested yet, so this is not the base I am talking about. But I will talk about this base soon. It does have some potential. So here I'm messing around with the air bombs. As I said, you know, you want to play around with the placement of those, but I think the core is the best. So if you're wondering, try that out. I like to have both my Infernos set on multi, and I like to have my heroes close to the core, if not completely in the core, as well as Teslas. So let's look at the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound, if maxed, has 6,700 hit points. That's a lot. That's more than a max golem. So it's really the golem of the sky. You've got to take this thing down fast if you're going to win a defense. That thing has a lot of health. Look at that. Max golem only has 6,300. So the Lava Hound actually has more. Here's the max Seeking Air Mine, 2,100 damage. It would take 3 of those to take down the Lava Hound entirely. The thing is, air defenses do a lot of damage per second. So if we can just get one of those Seeking Air Mines to hit the Lava Hound, then a couple shots from the air defense, maybe your Expos are shooting at it as well, it's going to get taken down real fast. So we want to surprise attackers. We want to get those traps to come up just at the right time, surprise them, make them panic, make them drop their spells, and you get the defense win. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Drop me a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.